Now, I do have a PowerPoint, and Luke just ran off with the clicker thing. So that is slightly problematic. Is it on? Yeah, but I still can't do slides. Can I just say that if I point with my finger, you do slides? Okay, great. Well, first of all, thank you very much for being here. And thank you for coming to a presentation about topics that you might know nothing about. I think for this topic, it's something that you've either not heard about, or when you have, you probably think it's incredibly boring. So I will try today to make this something interesting for you. And first I want to tell you how I actually got to philology, my topic. Because of a realization that I recently had. That when you're young and somebody asks you what you want to become, usually you can answer in a single noun. You can say, I want to become a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, or something of that sort. But who here can answer that question at this moment in a single noun? I see one hand. Well, a few. You're the lucky few, I think. I think I myself really can't. And it's perhaps UCR's greatest virtue, but also one of its foremost flaws, that it makes us painfully aware of the fact that we contain multitudes and are not just a single entity. But recently, I think kind of luckily for myself, I found something that I want to become. One noun to rule them all, and that is a philologist. So in this talk, I want to first talk to you about what philology is traditionally, but then I want to redefine it on my own terms, and finally explain to you why I think it is such an amazing word. Another glass, thank you. Why it is such an amazing word that it's worth 10 minutes of your time. So, let's get started. Let's go. Philology is the study of historical languages and texts. It's often comparative, involves the technical details of grammar, and really studying these very intense. And while I'm not a languages person myself, I can bear doing the actual practice involved. I can really appreciate the technical refinement involved. So I thought I'd show you two of my favorite philologists. On your left, Fred Nietzsche, mostly famous for his moustache. Also wrote some philosophy, but in his daily life, he was a philologist. He studied Latin and ancient Greek. On your right, you have the OG fantasy writer, my favorite RR, Tolkien, who was a scholar of ancient English and Norse, and apparently he liked the languages so much he had to go invent some of himself. But I think while their work is interesting, it's become a bit dated. And luckily for me, philology in this traditional sense has largely been replaced by the modern field of linguistics. So instead, I propose to use one of the linguists' foremost tools to find a new definition. I want to use the etymology of the word, because philology comes from ancient Greek. It's a concatenation of philos and logos, the former meaning to love or loving, and logos being quite a complicated word, but meaning something like a speech or an idea or reason. Basically, it went from that which is said to that which is thought to that which is understood. And I think when we put these together, it means something like the love of learning and language, of reason and of argumentation. And I think it beautifully shows how intertwined learning and language really are. So, now that we have our definition, I would like to explain to you why I think this is such a beautiful and important word. Because I love ideas and learning new ideas, and you probably do too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be at an institute paying 3,000 euros every year just for some ideas, right? But while ideas in themselves are interesting, it is when we share our ideas that they become powerful. Money is no longer worth any gold. It's only an idea. But still, they say that money makes the world go round. But even in daily life, here, when I see people taking long mensa shifts, organizing events like this, and setting up societies, I'm so amazed because they do it for community. And community is nothing but a shared idea. In general, I think that nations, companies, cultures are nothing but shared ideas. And how do we communicate these ideas? We do so through language. I think language is magic. As I speak, I'm having biochemical signals in my brain being communicated to this precisely flattening piece of meat, which is creating changes in air pressure in this room, which is amplified by a microphone, reaching incredibly precise pieces of machinery in your head, causing a pattern of hairs to vibrate in such a way that you also have these biochemical signals, which are somehow similar enough that you can actually understand what I'm saying. Anytime you're communicating, you're doing philology in the most magical way. But not only does this magic tie society together, it ties humans together. And I want to illustrate that with this image of the atomium. Because if you're human like me, which I'll assume, your skulls contain entire universes. And I think that you are the balls in the atomium. Your vast, empty chambers full of interesting things to be explored. But unfortunately, we're only connected by these tiny little tubes. And some of that tube is what you see in my face and in my body. But the only way in which we can communicate deliberately and abstractly is through language. Unfortunately, it also means that language is limited. Because, well, big spheres don't fit into tiny tubes. That's geometry. Whenever you say something, you're omitting nearly everything to say what is relevant at that moment. But still, I think that if we try to speak not only as an automatism, but consciously, to approach it as a philologist, with a rich historical, cultural, and literary background, we can try to find words where previously we had none. And perhaps, if that doesn't work, you can even cheat, like I'm doing in this talk or I would do in a poem. You just use a lot of words to communicate an idea or a feeling that you can't do in a single word. In that way, I hope that we may find a way to speak what we thought unspeakable and teach what we thought unteachable. Because in the end, I think that is what unites all humans. That we speak to be understood and that we listen to understand. So, I would like to invite you to go out and do philology. Well, if the slide will allow it. Go out and do philology. That whenever you're writing your next paper, you're approaching it like an artwork. That whenever you're having a late night conversation, you're aware of the advanced technical manipulation you're performing, but also of the wealth of possibilities that lies on the tip of your tongue. I truly think that in this way, by communicating and listening, we can come closer to each other and actually build something lasting in this world. When I was a kid, and people asked me what I wanted to become when I grew up, I said I wanted to become a wizard. Perhaps read a bit too much Harry Potter. But now, I say I want to become a philologist. And I don't think that the two are so different. Thank you very much.